Moolman your GardenGuy, and can you believe it? We've made it to day 6. Everyone alive out there? Hello? 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 Let's get right into it. Today I'm going to be showing you a little bit more about how you can grow your very own vegetable patch from seed. So, as you can see, there's a whole bunch of different seed packets I've got here, given to me by my favorite friends there, by Star Cares. And yes, I'm going to be showing you a little bit more about how you can plant these guys and get hundreds of little vegetable plants from one swoop of the hand. So think of it this way. If you have a baby, you give it the best formula on the market because you want to give it the best start in life. And so as well with seeds and vegetables. So let's kick off with the best soil mix for vegetable seedlings. Now, you get 2 types of peat, right? Peat moss. First one is your normal cocoa peat, and then also the one you don't want today is the Canadian peat. Stay away from Canadian peat when you're doing your seedlings. Make sure you're using cocoa peat, or you can use the sphagnum peat, but make sure it's neutralized. So we're going to go with 1/3 of each, starting off with some peat. And look at this. Oh, that's such a nice brown color. Look at that. Lovely color to this peat. Okay, there we go. 1 part. And we're doing equal parts, eh? 1 part of peat. That's going to hold some water in our mixture, so our babies have something to drink. Right. Then we're going to go in with, let's get this guy to stand right. Okay. Then we're going to get some normal compost. Right. Now you can use gardening compost, but as I've mentioned before, when you're sowing seeds, you really want the good stuff. The stuff that you know is reliably clean and no pathogens or anything in there. And now, if you really have to, and you're seriously stuck in lockdown, and you only have garden compost, just pop it in a bag, tie a nice knot on it, and swing it into the microwave. Hit it for 2 or 3 minutes, and everything in it will be dead. So I guess you could use that if you have to, but remember, then you're killing the good guys too. And we don't want to kill them, you know. We need the good microbial little bodies in here for a healthy soil, okay? So we've got 1/3 peat, 1/3 compost. Now the peat's going to hold the water. The compost is going to give that seedling some food. As soon as he starts shooting little roots, he needs something to eat. And that's what the compost is going to do. It's going to allow for that capillary action to get nutrients into our little baby. Okay. And then we're going to give it 1/3 of vermiculite. Now you'll find vermiculite at any home improvement store or any reliable nursery will be able to give this stuff to you. Okay. And look out for the good brands, eh? There we go. Okay. So we have 1/3 of each. Now, you want to mix it really nicely, eh? Very nicely. Get every little bit mixed up in there. Oh, this is a lovely medium. It's nice and lightweight, and it's nutritious enough for seedlings, and it holds water. That's the real important part. It really holds water well and gives structure for those roots. So as soon as your baby starts growing, he's got a nice structure of medium to get stuck into and prepare himself for life. That's it, lovely. Okay, now we want to water. Always water before we plant. That's it, very nicely. Mix it all in. Lovely. Oh, that's looking good, man. Okay, now let's get to the fun part. The seeds. Time to sow some seeds. Okay, let me just give this a quick clean here as well. Just give the hands a wash real quick. Okay, there we go. Now, time to sow. Right, so I want to show you guys this little trick. Well, first an example and then a trick. Right. So let me grab my seeds here. Look at this. Okay, so there's a few different types of vegetables we're going to be planting today. And I just want to show you the difference in seed sizes. Okay, so let's start off with tomato, yeah? Obviously they've got instructions on the back as well, eh? Follow those quite accurately and they'll never let you down. Okay, so I just want you to come and look real close here. Look at the different types. That's our tomato. So that's our spring onion. And then you get something like beetroot. The beetroot or spinach, and that's going to be So much larger. I mean, can you see the difference in seeds over here? Okay. Now, that brings me to my next point. What's really important when it comes to sowing seeds of any type, really, is that you sow them evenly. You want to give every little seed a best chance at growing, and they all need an equal opportunity. Now we got to get their beds ready. Right, so you get different types of trays you can plant your little seeds into. One being a largest tray where you plant all your seeds in one tray, and the other sort of a plug tray where you can, I prefer to use the larger seeds in the plugs. You can imagine trying to fit a little seed as big as a pinhead into every single one of these little holes. That's just ridiculous. So you plant your larger seeds into something like this, like that, and your smaller seeds we're going to sow all together in a tray like this. Okay, so we've got our seed mixture here, and that we're just going to very carefully fill our little tray with. There we go. Look at that. Lovely. Now you don't want to compact this too much, okay? Just a little bit. Give it about, I'd say, a centimeter or so from the lid of your tray. Okay. Just make sure it's flat and even. Is very important. Very important that it's even. Okay. So I sometimes just cheat a bit and use the next tray. Okay. Obviously, all of them are sterilized. Okay. Don't try that if they're not. Okay. There we go. Look at that, stunning. Right, ready for our seeds. Now comes the real trick. Let me just get our seeds for us again. Just gonna put that guy over there for now. Okay. Now, when it comes to our smaller seeds, this is what we're gonna do. A few little tricks in the book. Some would say this doesn't belong in the garden whatsoever, but I beg to differ. This is your normal maize meal, millie meal, as the boeren know it. Don't need too much of it. Just fill it about a quarter of the way. Now, this we're going to use to spread our seed evenly. These smaller little ones, like the spring onions, these guys are tiny, man. So, instead of trying to struggle with each little seed in its individual little place, we're going to chuck the whole bag right in there. Lovely, lovely. Now, I'm going to start mixing it. Look at this. There we go. Now, we want to sow this into our tray. Now, you can just hit it out of the cup like this. You know, just go for it. Or, what I prefer, and I use that a lot, in our little seed shaker here. Or as most of you might know it, little herb bottle. I don't know what you call these things, but you know what it is. I'm just going to use this little packet here as a funnel. Now we're going to throw all of this, look at that, right in there. Nice and slowly, carefully. All our seeds and our millie meal. Hey! Yeah, my boy! Look at that! Pop his lid back on. Obviously, you don't want to go for the grinding one, you know? I mean, seriously. Anyway, okay. How much easier is that? Eh? It's doing everything for me, man. And I know for sure, every little seed is going to have his own little space of soil. None of them are going to be bunched up and in a little corner, all your tomatoes on top of each other. None of that. We know they're all nice and evenly sown throughout the tray. There we go. And you know what's even better? Bam. Keep it closed, keep it sealed, so it'll last till next season. Lovely. Okay. Now, our babies are in their bed. It's time to tuck them in a bit. So, for that, we're going to use this amazing thing, which is called vermiculite. Many of you will be familiar with it. And this is going to hold the water on top. It's going to be the little duvet for our babies. Okay? And you want to spread it nice and evenly all over the tray. You want to compact it just a little bit. Just a little bit. Why? So the vermiculite is touching the seed, and the seed is touching the peat underneath. Okay? So your seed stays nice and wet throughout germination. Now, it's time to water. Now, this is the first little bit of milk we're giving our baby. And look at that. The higher up you go, the more evenly your water will be distributed, okay? These guys, I'm going to take a few weeks to come up and show their faces. So in that time, you want to make sure they never, ever dry out. It's a big mistake so many gardeners make. They plant their seeds perfectly, everything's going well, they water them, 1 or 2 days, they forget about it, they start watering again tomorrow, and in that time, the seeds have gone just dry enough to completely die out. If that little root just gets a little bit too much stress, it's over, boys, it's over, he's dead. And you can water him as much as you like, it's not coming back. So make very sure your seed never dries out after you water it. And one of the top little secrets you can use when doing that, or to do that, would be to put a thin little layer of Glad wrap, no wrapping plastic, just over the top. Okay, that's going to make a baby little greenhouse here for these bees. And as they slowly start growing, you'll see them nice and evenly come up. Why do we want them even? Why is it so extremely important to plant these seeds evenly? So every little guy has the right amount of air moving around him, the right amount of light that he can actually photosynthesize and become a little seedling plant. And of course then, when you want to plant him out, you're able to reach into every little guy's roots. To me, the most important reason for planting these guys evenly is so that you don't get this long, leggy little dude growing out there in between all the others. You know, he looks weird and he's never going to have a good life. Because that's what happens. When they're sown too close to each other, they fight for light and one beats the other, but he's got a weird little shape to him. And then as soon as he gets planted into the garden, he's already behind. He can never catch up and he'll never provide you good vegetables. So we want to get as many seeds as healthy as possible growing and in our vegetable garden. Beautiful. Give him a little tag. We know what's going on. Or you could go the easy way, as I know most of you do anyway, and slap a little seed packet right over there. And you could even write the date on there or whatever you like. So in no time at all, our babies are going to be sticking their heads out, coming up beautiful, lively, and ready for the vegetable garden. I've been Moolman the GardenGuy. Until next time, have a lovely day and happy gardening.